by Alpha's
Maybe
injected
I is not
determination
such a
into
bad
flowers.
idea.
Well, it turns out that Flowey wasn't the
Maybe I
only
should
experiment
do
she
it.
conducted. Alphys has
Maybe
a
I
lot
should
of
just
secrets,
use
but
it.
amongst them
This
all,
not
this is the
fucking code
largest. She
machine.
writes a letter telling us that who she truly
It's just
is and what
better.
she truly did has
It
been
has better
undercover.
drawings,
It's about time that we learn
and
about
I
the
can
truth
make
about
fast
her and her
content.
studies. So we pull the curtain and
My
head
English
downstairs
for the
into
matter
the true
because
lab.
I
It's
can
here that we
make
see the true
perfect
extent of
English.
Alphys's research. The notes on the
My
wall
art
suggest
would
that
be
the goal
much
is simple:
better and
to try and
easier
use
if
the
it will be
remnants
in
of
1 second
Azrael to try and
finished.
combine human souls with
People
monster
doesn't
souls,
even care
venture deeper
anymore
into this
about
dark crypt,
human
and learn that
art or
fallen
such
monsters were
things.
the subject of Alphys's
I get free
experiments.
art,
Such as it is, we make our
and
way through
I
this
can have
operating
any
room
art
and we
style I
decide to
want.
wash our face, and we end up seeing
Why
exactly
should
what
I
our
fucking
experiments
care?
resulted in. Ladies and gentlemen,
Everybody
these are
use
my
it.
kindergarten art projects.
It
These
will be
are
more acceptable.
amalgamates. Failed attempts at combining dead
It's
monsters with
just
human souls.
revolutionary.
Dead or not, we have
I
to
should
spare them
not pick a
nonetheless.
pen.
We need to collect these keys that seem
I
to be
should
powering
use
up an
this
elevator.
eye.
So basically, Undertale
Make it
becomes
better
5 Nights at the
videos.
True Lab, and we navigate our
Make
way
it
deeper.
better
As we're looking for more of
editing.
the same keys, we encounter
Make
more
it better
amalgamates,
art.
like this treble clef looking thing, stingray
And
guy,
have
spaceship
better
leg, and
English.
before we
I
know it,
didn't need
we
to
make it to the
try.
main room
I
of the True Lab. We
I
enter a room with a
didn't need
TV
to
and
make
numerous
anything.
VHS tapes,
If
all
you do
depicting the
just
same
like
story I
this,
explained at the beginning.
everything
The
is
death
done
of
for
Kara,
me.
the
I just
subsequent
can lay
desire to
and
flee the underground.
get the
We
lights, get
persist
the
despite the
leaves.
spooky creatures we meet,
Because
and
people
eventually,
doesn't care
with
about
all keys in
progress. People
place,
doesn't
the
care
main
how much it
elevator
takes.
opens up
People
towards
doesn't
the
care
power
about
room.
human
As the main generator is there, we hear
emotions.
sounds and steps behind
Doesn't want
us,
to
and they
talk
turn out
about
to be
taboo discussion.
Alphys, who
They
comes in
doesn't give a
thanking
shit
us first,
about
but then
some
explaining her
human
position and involvement
struggles.
in this
No,
research.
they
Those
want just
monsters are
finish
actually melted
content.
together monsters
And
that could
I is
sustain
just
themselves with
best
the
choice
injected
to get
determination.
it.
Regardless, Alphys now has a change of heart and is willing to come clean about her experiments to
This
the end.
idea coming
With
to
pretty much
me
all
the
loose ends tied
past
together,
2
we
years
step towards the elevator,
over
eager
and
for our
over
journeys
my
to
head.
complete. But we recall one missing
Over
detail.
and over my
Alphys
head.
did inject determination
If you
into
can
a flower,
defeat them,
right?
join
As we
them.
press the button towards an upper floor, we receive an anonymous call. It's been a long time, hasn't it? But you've done well.
But there is still
Thanks to
some
you,
humanity
everything
in
is
me.
in place. Well, you're welcome, I
What
guess. Anyway, as we
despise
approach
this
our journey's
thing
end, we walk
and
towards
dislike
the
that
castle
is even
walls,
in the
past the mirror
first
that
place.
reflects our journey, and
Yes,
meet Asgore face
for
to face.
artists was
It's a
the
gorgeous
worst
day in the flower
from
field,
the
the birds
start.
chirping, and the
Even in
buttercup
history,
flowers.
not
We
just
reflect on the path
now.
so far.
Even in history,
No
people
longer
didn't
remember
like
from our
art
path. We have
because
to
it was
confront Undyne
expressive.
face to face. Thankfully, the engineers that made this
Even
world
now,
were
they
smoking something
complain in
insane
every
as the bridge
single
falls
thing.
down and we
This
end
is
up in New York.
Miku
The
Hatsune.
lower
She
area
should
of
be
Waterloo. Long
Asia.
story short, we
Why
end
are
up
you
beefing with
driving
the dummy,
like
end up
this? She
taking
is
mad
not
edibles and pills,
recognizable.
and start gambling on
Why are you
smarties.
even
All of
trying to
that is a
drive? You are
prelude
old
to
or
an
you
inevitable
are
fight
too
with
young.
Undyne.
How the
So
fuck
we try
did
to
you
gather
make
as much
so
information
beautiful
as
art? You are
possible
too
about her
young.
while we're
You
down there. We
shouldn't
learn
make
about her
such a
upbringing
beautiful
as
art.
she was trained from
I
a young
driving
age to
from
be part of
all
the
my
Royal Guard.
life
So
and
now we're
I
definitely
can have
pissing
such
ourselves, and
art
especially
like
so as when
you.
we navigate this maze
Or I
and
don't
find
know.
Undyne right behind us.
There is
He tells us that
reposting.
of the Infinity
When you
Stones
don't
on
put up
Asgore's
credit,
gauntlet, we are
people
the final
use
step.
it
And
without
either
your
we give it up
permission.
voluntarily or she'll take it by force.
They
With our
have
soul in their
before
possession,
hard
Asgore
and
will
now it
become
is
so
much
powerful that
harder.
he can imbue
And
the
this
same
fucking
torture
program can
the
steal
monsters
your
faced on the humans.
technique
As we're backed
and
off
make
into a
art
corner,
just in
the
1
option to
second.
escape remains no
This
longer, maybe the
cold-blooded
only other option.
machine. But there is such a thing like you try,
Corner, the option to
and you
escape
just
remains no longer,
don't get it
maybe the only
anything.
other option: to fight. To fight is
You
pretty
love your
easy,
art.
but we can
You
choose to
do.
spare or kill her.
And maybe
In the
even
scenario of our
hate.
choice, in
And
the scenario
just
that we do
think
choose to kill her,
somebody
we,
will like it.
give
Just
light
one
work, kill her,
person, right?
solve her puzzles, and she isn't dying yet.
But they
That's
don't.
because Undyne is built
There is
different.
nobody.
We are like
You
Yvonne
give your
Drago and
art to
Undyne is
anybody,
Rocket. No matter how
to
many
even
times
your
we empty
family,
that health bar,
friends,
she can persist beyond
lover,
death. This,
or in
ladies and
internet.
gentlemen, is
And
our
nobody
foray
gives
into
a shit.
determination, as her soul can persist
They
beyond
say
death,
just
even as
nice
a monster.
art, but they
Keep this in mind,
doesn't
it'll
get
be very important.
so much
Regardless, we move
devotion,
past into the
so
next
much
area,
love
which,
when
as the name
you
suggests,
draw it.
is quite human.
You
Hotland
care
is home
about
to
your
one
art.
major
It's
checkpoint
like
that
your
we have to take a
creation.
look
You
at,
feel like
and
a
that is
little
Alphys's
god.
lab.
Make
So
your
upon
own
entering our
world.
lab, we meet her in
Make
the
your
flesh,
art.
and we can just tell that being social isn't
And
her
you
strong suit,
take so
But she is
much
crazy
time.
smart, as she is
Not just
Asgore's royal
process how
scientist.
this will
She
be
seems
look like
harmless enough on her
with
own, but the
anatomy or
important
so,
part is that
but
she
you
created
even
a
give
robot
some
called
story
Metatron
behind it.
under the premise that it would hunt
Doesn't
down
matter if
innocent
it's
humans.
digital or
Imagine
traditional.
ChatGPT on
Art
steroids,
is
and we
art.
actually do get to see him
It's
in the
about
flesh
expressing
work the
yourself.
metal as he wants to do
But how
Apocalypse.
the fuck
Now,
can you express
fortunately,
yourself
this
if
is
you're
multiple
using
choice
I?
because otherwise I don't
This is
think
not
I need another
expressing
reminder of
yourself.
needing to study for
This is
tests
just
as we get some
clicking
pretty simple
button,
questions.
and that's
However,
it.
as we go on, the questions
And
evolve into
nowadays, when
math
I see this
problems,
Twitter
sequence
edit
memory
mode,
tests, and to
which
be honest, just
they
plain
edit
luck.
nudes
But
of
thankfully, we're able to
minors
make it through this test over here,
with
getting a
I,
nice phone upgrade from Alpheus
so
in
I
the
despise
process,
this
and
thing
allowing
with
us to make
all
our way
my heart.
past Alpheus's lab. Now we're getting
At the
closer and
same
closer to
time,
the core.
I can't
Anyways, now that we have
I can
Alpheus's
just
contact information, the rest of
ignore the
Hotland is within
clarity
breeze,
that
as we just have
I
to
get
solve a
much
few
more
puzzles with the code.
likes because
So, with the
iPad
puzzle
kids
complete,
exist
no barriers
and
standing
they
in our
don't
way.
realize what
We hear from
normal
Alpheus that
art,
the core is the
human
source
art,
of all of the
and
underground
art
power.
is.
Now, we're not at all interested in fossil fuels or energy
I
creation.
don't
Rather,
know.
the core has a
I
connection to
draw
Asgore's
all my
castle,
life,
allowing us to make our way back home.
and
So, without further
I
ado,
never
we
get
enter the
anything
core.
from it.
The core is
I just
much like
love
Hotland,
art,
except we
okay?
have two
I
puzzles,
don't
one
care
in the
about
north
likes and
and one in the
subscribes
south.
and
So,
such a
upon
things. I
solving
don't
them, we
even
enter
ask in my
this room.
videos
And
for a
seeing
like and
as the
subscribe
core is
because
mostly
I don't
vacant,
get any single
spiders
money
spend
from
their
these
time breeding.
videos. I just
So, as
want
we
to
traverse
talk
through the cobwebs,
because I
we hear
want to
some strange
talk. That's
laughter,
it.
and we
There
come
is
to know
no
that these
invitation
spiders
from
don't
me.
seem to like us
That's
too much.
even the
Before
reason
we
why
know it,
I made the
like
live
a few
stream
dozen
video
spiders,
about
and here is where we find Muffin. She's
that
sort of the
I
gang
couldn't
leader of
join
the
the
spiders, I guess.
Katakara
And
contest
besides
for
the fire
manga
music that's playing in the
because
background, this boss
I
fight
couldn't
is
express
relatively easy.
myself
With that, we can move
because there
aside
are
from Muffet, and with
limitations
her
and I
death,
don't
a
like
small spider
limitations.
places a
I
flower
always
where her
wish
dust
I
would
want to
scatter,
be
a
free. I
plan like
always
spitting
wanted
fart.
this.
Anyway, with Muffet defeated, only two more obstacles stand in the way of our
That's
success.
how I
Mettaton
express
and
myself.
Asgore. All we have to do is head to
But
Mettaton's
I can
MTT
avoid
Hotel.
the
So,
truth
to get to him,
that
we have
even
to walk in this
humans
sort of
who
cyberspace-looking
should
area,
support
pass by
other
more
human
monsters and
beings,
lasers, traversing strange
artists
paths
who
and
have it
monsters
already
along the
hard
way,
even
until finally
before,
it's him. After all
or
the
just
encounters,
people
it's
doesn't
finally
need to
time
be
for the
artists. It
1v1.
can be
Mettaton tells us that Alphys has been
people who
helping
make
us this entire time
songs,
just so we
people
could grow
who
attached to the
make
underworld
their
and not leave
own
to the surface.
merch
Whatever
things.
it is,
Doesn't
I can't
matter
wait
to
to put
me.
this
When you
cleverly
do
coded string of
something with
words
your
and
own
zeros out of the
hands,
mission.
you are
We
created to
engage in the
me.
fight, and none of our
Doesn't matter
attacks
if
are
it is
landing.
even video
Mettaton
on
tells us that he
YouTube
plans to
or
take our
just
soul
photo. You
and cross
made
the border and
something
end up
with your
becoming a
own
star on
hands
the surface.
because you
Thankfully,
have
we have
some
Alphys on
idea
call with
behind
us
it.
to assist with
Or
the situation.
even
Apparently, on the backside of Mettaton,
photographers
there's a
are
kill
very
switch, which we
underrated
never
as
get to see
well.
because he's always facing forward.
People
So we
saying
tell this
photo
GPT
making is
clone
so
that the only
easy,
reason
but
he
it
has
is
info
not. There
is
is
because of
so
humans
difficulty
and them
about it,
flipping
but
the
I
switch.
even
But
don't know.
apparently,
And
this didn't do what we
when they
wanted.
make
Now, instead of
photography
GPT-4,
and
this
make
guy's
photos,
GPT-5. With this new form, Mettaton
there is
EX, he
still
has some
idea
increased
behind it.
power.
There is still
Thankfully, piece by
humanity.
piece, we
They
take
see
away his
some
arms
beautiful
and end up
flower
defeating him
and they
once and
want to
for all.
take this
With Mettaton
moment.
defeated, he
I
passes
can
away
that
happy as he
I
got to
can't
perform
do
for
this
a human.
because
Alphys
I is
seems
not
pretty
human.
upset
I
that
is just
Mettaton is dead
fucking
now,
machine
but
and
more
that's
upset
it.
about the fact that we're leaving. She tells us
It is
one
just
important
fucking
tidbit, though, as
Terminator or
Mettaton
fucking
concluded.
M when
She
I
didn't
have no
indeed
mouth and I'm a
lie, but
screen for
about a
fuck's sake.
different thing. She told us
It
that
will
we
be
just
never
needed a
human
human
because
soul
there
to
is
cross the
no
border, but we
emotion
also
to
need
free
a monster
will what
soul too.
humans have.
Meaning at this point, we're gonna have to kill Asgore. Well, that wasn't in the terms and conditions,
But
but
because
regardless, we
people
take the
doesn't support
elevator up
other
and
people and
swaths
doesn't
of gray.
even
And
care.
as we proceed further,
And
we
other
come
people
across a
suffer
barren empty.
because they are
Asphalt
isolated, they
music
are
fills our
unseen.
ears, and yellow
They try
buttercups
their
contrast
best,
with the
but it's
colorless
not
background.
enough.
We recall the story I
And
told
that's
you
why
in
some
the
artists even
story of
fail
Kara and Asgore,
and join
these
the
halls of
eye.
rooms that feel so familiar,
Because
and
it is
despite
so
killing a
easy
few and
to get
sparing others,
money.
when
It
we
is
look
so
into the
easy to
mirror,
get
it's
views.
still
It
us
is so
despite
easy to be
everything.
seen, but
We are an
what the
arm's length
cost?
away from freedom.
You lose your
For a moment, we
humanity.
think about if this is what we truly want. With bated breath,
And
we enter the
these
castle,
last
and
years, I just had
now
it as
Sans
well.
isn't stopping us at all. At least,
I don't
not
want to
yet.
force people
Rather, he
to
tells us instead
read my
about the
comics.
fact that all
Not
monsters
at
we've
all,
chosen
or
to spare
watch my
or kill
videos,
will
because
have an
I'm
impact
not
on the
dictator.
outcome
I
of our
always hate
situation.
people who
Undertale,
force
at
other
this point,
people
literally
to
asks
do
you to
this
think
and this.
on every decision you made, and could you have done it
But
differently? Like
sometimes
maybe killing Papyrus
I
wasn't the
just
best idea. Regardless,
feel
Sans
very
steps
down,
aside,
and
and the last
actually
thing
it
we
is
see
worse
before the
and
end
worse
are the resting places
because of
of
my
the souls
suicidal
of the
thoughts,
former
but
humans.
that's not video
One
about
more
it.
Chaos Emerald, one more
It
Infinity
just,
Stone
I
needed to
feel
break the barrier.
unseen. I feel like
We come across across
I
Asgore
shouldn't even
wandering
create it in
flowers.
the first
So far,
place.
he doesn't seem,
Like,
as people
nobody
describe him,
cares.
as
Fine,
one
you're
that is
trying.
power-hungry, ever eager to escape into this real world. He tells us
But
that
because
when
I
you're
was
ready, you
always
should head to the other
alone.
world. The colorless abyss that
I
remains,
had
only
always
one thing is
self-love. I
stopping
don't
us
know
from
if
making
love even
Asgore.
exists.
But what
For
if
me,
what
love
Sand
is
said
such an
was right?
artificial thing.
Maybe sparing him
But I
would
know
be the real
self-love exists.
well, this is the last obstacle after all. So with
Because
Mercy out of the
if it
question,
doesn't,
we fight
I
tooth and
am
nail,
sure
and
I could
finally
be
defeat
dead
him.
after
His
so
final words
long.
speak about how he got to this state. Basically, him getting rejected by his wife
Sometimes
and
I wonder
family.
why I
We
even
learn
try.
about who Asgore
There
truly
is
is.
always
He never
me
wanted to
in
hurt anyone.
myself
He just
telling,
wanted to see the
try
sun.
it.
He tells us to
Tomorrow
take his soul
won't
and
be There is
need
no
them to
tomorrow.
find our peace.
Do
This
it.
misconstruction of who
You want to do
Asgore
it?
is
Just do
leads
it.
us to a quandary. This whole time we thought this guy was just
I
an
had a lot
obstacle,
of
when in
dreams
reality
when I was
he was a
kid.
better person
Now
than we
I
thought.
have
With
none.
that torn apart mercy
My
button, we try to piece it
consists are
back together
only thing
and
what
change our
is
ways from
saying,
before.
and
Rather
still
than killing
somehow
every
I
boss mob like we
survived
did
this
with
day.
Undyne or
I don't
Papyrus,
know how.
we try to
I
give
just
mercy to
survived.
Asgore. Despite everything,
I
he's shocked at what
don't
we
want
say,
to live
and
at all.
maybe life in the underground
For me,
isn't bad at
I
all.
must
But
live.
then,
And it is painful when you are forced to live. Not that you don't want it.
yeah,
But
Flowey over here
everybody
murders
just
his own
forces you
ops
to live.
and then proceeds to
And
take
if
a
you
note
don't
from
want to,
Sonic the Hedgehog,
because
induces
everything
the souls
feels
from Chaos
meaningless.
Emeralds, and with that,
There is no
moves on
reason
into
to
a dark
live.
room.
You have no
Save
friends.
file actually
Family
removed,
doesn't fucking
but
care.
with these
You
souls
have no
absorbed,
lover. You are just
Flowey turns
alone in
into
this world.
whatever the hell this
With
is.
your
I mean, come on,
ideas,
this guy
and
looks
it's
like something
suffocating.
I'd make a
Because you
kicker
are
in.
human, and
Regardless,
human are
Flowey
made
tells
to
us
be
the same
social.
maxim that
But
he
how
did
can you
before.
socialize
It's
with
kill
somebody
or be
that
killed.
nobody
And
gives a
then
shit?
we get absolute bullet hell for this
Every time I
surprise
post
fucking boss.
videos,
We're able to sneak in a
I
few hits,
just
but
want
it's no good.
opinions. I want
Flowey now
feedback.
has all
I
sorts of
want
control
comments.
on
I don't
timelines
care if
and our
it's
save
negative or
file as a result.
positive. I just
So we
want
call
some
for help, and we start to notice that the souls inside
some
Flowey actually
proof.
help us. After our brief
There
reprieve
are
from hell, we're
humans
thrust
who
right back
watch
in a
my
few more times,
videos.
but each time we struggle,
That's it.
we're equally met
Just
with the
prove that
souls inside
somebody listened
Flowey
to my
helping us.
stupid
The same
English
souls that have
and
a
actually
piece to
was
Flowey's
thinking
assault
about
actually end
something
up
what I
healing
said
us back to full health.
and just
They show
wrote
themselves
me
as
into
patience,
comments.
integrity, bravery,
That's
kindness,
it. This is the only thing
perseverance,
I
and
ask for.
justice.
I don't
In
ask
chip
for
damage after
money
chip damage, these
or
souls
I
help
don't know
us
for
despite
views
Flowey's
or
best
likes.
efforts to reset our
There's
save
nothing.
file to the start of the fight,
I
until
just
all the
want
souls
people
that fuel Flowey
to
now
listen
strengthen on this power.
my
That
videos
Flowey becomes an
or
emo,
my
and
comics
learning from
to
the
read
Asgore fight, we decide that even
and
after
tell
everything
their
we did,
opinion.
we
Doesn't
give
matter
mercy.
what
The
opinion
easy
is,
path would just be ending it
negative
here,
or
but after
positive.
all we've done,
Even
we at least
criticism
owe
is
it to
okay.
everyone to
I
learn to
just
forgive.
I
Even
hate
despite Flowey's
be
intent to
ignored.
come back and do even
I
worse,
hate
and
be
eventually kill
invisible.
us, no matter how long it takes.
I
We
hate
persist
be
in forgiveness,
like I
all until
don't
it becomes
exist at
unbearable
all.
for Flowey, and he runs away. So as the neutral end comes to a close, Flowey asks us, what would happen
But
if we
nobody
tried
cares.
again, learning from our mistakes, and this time,
Nobody
sparing
cares,
every
and this
monster
is
we
hard
see. And
thing
this
to swallow.
is where we get into the pacifist room. Okay,
I
let's
think
do this
that's
one more
why
time,
many
shall we?
people,
Now, one
even
thing to
true
note is
to
that this
I,
version of the
even
run is the
fucking
longest
I,
and most difficult by far. But if it was
from
easy,
the
it
day
wouldn't
they
be worthwhile.
exist,
Flowey having control of
they
the
not
timeline
just stole
reminds us not to
original
control anyone,
art,
which, thanks, I guess.
fiction.
But the start of the story progresses
People
as we said
lose
before.
money.
Seemingly as though
People
it didn't
lose
happen,
jobs.
Tutorial picks us up again
People
and guides us
even
through the
lost
basic
their
puzzles.
lives
But the biggest change
because
gets into effect.
somebody
We're
took
asked to fight
photo
a
of
training
them,
ground.
make
Instead of
some
killing it, we
nudes,
simply
and
talk to it,
totally
and the battle ends. Notice
destroy
particularly
their
how our
image.
levels or EXP
Even if they
don't rise.
done
So as we
absolutely
dodge
nothing.
or
And
spare
don't get me
every single
started with
encounter
fucking
thus
Brooklyn
far,
on
we
Twitter. This
eventually
is
enter Toriel's crib
fucking
with
hell.
the intent of course, leaving right
And
away.
especially
This
this
time,
fucking
when Toriel fights us, we change our
over-sexualized
mentality.
ads on
Instead of
YouTube.
attacking, we simply
For
talk
God's
to
sake,
her
I
and
want to
evade her
watch some
attacks.
video
He
of
doesn't
some
really
analyst
respond
or
or anything,
undertale.
but by
Why
seeing
are
these
you giving
ellipses,
me
you can
this
tell that her stubborn
over-sexualized,
demeanor is getting to
suggestive
her. And
act
after a
of
certain
eyes?
point, it's like she's
And
not
this
even trying.
eye
I mean,
voice
you
is
technically
so
can die from this fight,
ear-piercing
albeit
that
it's
always
very
when
rare,
I
but
heard
like
it, I want to
but
vomit.
seeing as though we don't intend
I
to hurt her at all,
actually
she tries to persuade us
wish
one last
to
time
have
to stay with her,
normal
but
acts
after a while,
with
she lets it
normal
go.
human
With that,
voice.
the first boss
I
is
can
finished.
believe
One
myself.
down,
Somebody
one to
who
go. So
absolutely
we walk
hated
back into the
art.
snowy path once
I
more,
rather
and
now
yeah, that's kind of weird. I
will
thought
watch
something was supposed to happen.
IKEA human
Yep, it
acts
stands again. Nothing really
or
new to note, except the
fucking
fact that he might have
McDonald's or
also
Amazon.
had
I
some
don't give
higher
a sang
power
a
in the game,
shit.
as he
Some
senses we've been through
human
the motions
voice of
before.
acts.
But
There's
nevertheless,
any
we do the same
fucking
things as
eye
traditionally.
acts
We meet
what
Papyrus,
I
start
heard
solving
on
his puzzles,
YouTube.
make sure
Every
to
time
spare
I
this
heard it,
dog
I
guy,
wanna
push around a
fucking
PNG of a
throw my
snowball, you know, the regular
smartphone.
stuff.
It
Not
is
much
disgusting
changes
to
as
me.
we solve each puzzle
It
and
is
make
worse
our way
than
into
nasty
Snowdon.
to me.
Our main objective is the fight with Papyrus, as in this fight, you have to choose to spare him. However, this one
I
kind
can
of
believe that
deviates from
I
the others.
become
You see,
part
on
of
intent
our
to get out of
lives.
these rooms. It's not long till we get bored
I
of
hate
Toriel's
it.
house, and then
I
we
hate
ask her
it.
to leave. And as she intends to destroy our only way out,
What can I
the only
do?
thing left to do is,
Nobody
well,
give a shit. Everybody just go with
yeah,
it. Nobody
we want
by
It turns out that she wasn't protecting us
smart
from the outside
small
world.
artists
Rather, she should have
absolutely
shifted
give
her
up.
focus to protect
Even
the
I
outside
try to
world from us.
um
As her
I
soul
try my
bathes, we
best
see
to
Flowey
support
again,
them by
whose memories were
commissions,
reset along
even
with
if I
everyone's
don't
with
know
save
it is
file. Flowey thinks that our
it
ideologies
helps
fit
or not.
perfectly with his plan,
I'll compliment
and
them
that we're
because
much the
I
same. Little
genuinely
does he
love
know
their
that we have
art,
something in store for him
and I
later.
hope I
So,
help
with
them.
the ruins cleared, our next goal becomes
Even
to
if
clear
I
out the
don't
snow.
get anything
Again, we
back,
see a figure
I
behind us.
just
Who could it be?
like helping people.
Alright, you know what? That's the last time I'm doing it. I
My
promise.
dream was
However,
to
the
be
dialogue
artist,
definitely does
but
change.
it
The
doesn't
funny
need to be
cutscenes of the
famous.
other runs contrast completely
Fuck,
with these ones that
I
hold a
just would
much
be
darker
happy if
undertone.
I had
When we press
at
the save
least
button, we
10
see an
comments
interesting
after
feature.
every
It begins to
episode.
count down
Just to
every
say
soul in that
anything.
area into
Doesn't matter
red.
what.
Well, we can't stop
I
that.
used to
We eradicate
webtoon
any
and I had
snowdrake, this dog
the
over here,
faster
even that
comments, but
snowman that wishes
webtoon
to see
yet
the surface
now
becomes
want to
just a
add
meaningless pile
I
of water.
onto it,
As if the game
and
understands our intent,
it is
we notice
such
that
a
most puzzles are
terrible
either
app
omitted
to
or
use.
solved for us, most likely
From
by
Tapas
Flowey.
is better,
As we talk
even
to
it is
Sans over here,
least
he tells
favorite.
us that
It
if we
is
keep
better to
persisting
me.
in our murderous
Sorry,
intent, we're gonna
but
have a
it
bad
is
time.
so. I
Regardless,
have
we
my
ignore his comments
standards.
and go back to our favorite activity, kill farming. As the
Social
music
media
slows down,
absolutely
Snowden
blocking my
has just
art.
one
Every time
person
I
left that
post,
we
I
need
don't
to
get
kill.
even single like.
Papyrus. Upon
Which
walking
I
in
don't care.
Snowden's
I
town,
much
the
care about the
stores, the
fucking
houses,
comments,
every
but
single area is
yeah.
vacant, as the once lively
Unfortunately,
town seems
people more give
aghast. We
likes than
steal from behind
comments.
the counter of the store,
It
reading
is
the
such a
only note
shame.
left
I
there.
miss
Please
the
don't hurt my family.
human
We discard the
socializing.
note and
I
walk
miss
past the barren town and head to where
humans
we need to be,
to
as we
talk
aim to fight
with
Papyrus.
something
The
what
game
they
tries to
like.
make you abandon that path.
Nowadays,
Papyrus
even I
thinks that,
find
such as
somebody
we
who
are, we still
likes
have
to
an
discuss
opportunity
with
to
it
become a better
something,
person. As he
they
offers his mercy,
drop
we
it
take that as a
after
wonderful
hour or
opportunity to
have
kill him
their
dead.
own
And as
lives.
in the final
I
moments
am
he hopes
just
for a better future for us, he
anonym
passes
for
away,
them.
his dust
Just
scattering.
some
Smartphone deiner Wahl
fiction
mit
in
30
the
GB
internet,
für
some
je
stranger
29,99
on
Euro
internet. I am
monatlich.
not
Jetzt bei
even
O2.
person to them.
Scattering across the snow.
It's sad
So,
and
with
lonely.
Snowden complete, our next goal becomes Waterfall. We
And
slowly
I don't
eradicate
think I
each and every
ever
single portion of the
changed
area, and
something.
we find items that make our life a little easier,
I have
such
a
as the
very,
ballet
very
shoes
love
that allow us to
for
triple
a
hit
loved
monsters. Slowly, we notice that
expectation
exclamation
on
mark is
future
replaced
life.
with a smile upon each encounter,
Honestly, I don't
hinting
even
that the
want to
player
live
is
next
gaining more
year.
pleasure
It
from
is so
killing
bad.
rather than shock. The same flowers that preached the dreams of
Everything
monster
I
kind
try
are now
always
silent.
fail.
We persist onwards until we
All
see
this
Monster
verse that
Kid over
doesn't
here near the
nobody
bridge. The
cares.
only
Nobody,
friendly
nobody,
person, I guess,
absolutely
to us
nobody.
thus far, and he tells us that Undyne wants him to
This
stay
is not
away
pity
from us.
myself. This
But
is just to
as he was
show
the
how
last remaining
lonely
soul
it
in
is this
Snowden, we should
generation.
eradicate him too, right? As we step
Especially
forward to
me
kill him,
against me,
Undyne
like,
takes the brunt
dude,
of the hit.
you
Well, it
suffer.
seems that Monster Kid was useful after all, as he led us straight to Undyne. That slash
Yeah,
definitely
many
seemed like
times
enough
I
to kill
just
her, no
this
doubt. But as
this
Undyne's soul is fizzing
hiding
out, she
doubts
seems
on
to
my
be
head
holding on with the thoughts of
telling
her
me
friends.
use
For the
I.
first
It
time,
will be
we face
so
the
easy.
protagonist as we are
But
the
at the same
boss.
time, I
So
don't
rather
want
than
it
dying,
because
she basically mega evolves into Undyne the
in that
Undying.
moment
Unlike the previous
I'm not
monsters,
human
this
if
one's
I
a little
use I.
tougher. Even the music gets pretty epic, which is
Because
a
I
shame
use
because her
something
attacks
what is
aren't too much
against
harder
any
from normal.
humanity.
She's the toughest by far,
Listen,
bar
I
none,
don't
we'll
mind
give her
if you
that,
use
and she has
I
more
for
health than
some
any monster we
researching
face,
of
but attack
some
by attack,
helping
we're able
in
to chip her down,
health,
and if you don't play too many
like
rhythm games, this part can get
in
kinda too hard.
medical
However,
description,
no cute
or
outfit
I
change
don't
or
know,
banger music
finding
is enough
something
to
on
kill
the
us just
galaxy
yet,
or something
as we
like
send
this,
her to
but
the same place
feeling
as the rest of them. She tries to hold on,
jobs
telling us that she has
using
her friends
real
behind her, and that
photos
Alphys
to
was
some
watching in the background
disgusting
should anything go wrong, all to
images
evacuate any
or
monsters that we might try and
or
kill.
anything
By
like
now,
this, to
Asgore
making
has been told to
scams
absorb the six
or
souls himself.
store other
So, as our
voices
greatest foe
to
evaporates,
use
the
some
clock begins
free
ticking.
content.
Most of
This
Hotland
is
should be
disgusting to
vacated,
me.
but at the very least, there's one person who wouldn't mind.
I don't
Yes,
mind if I
that
is
would
used
be Mettaton. So
professional,
as we
like
enter
for
Alphys's vacant
science,
lab, our next
but
goal
I
becomes
hate
simple.
it is
Kill
used
the
to
rest of these
normal
monsters
life
one by one and
for
get
the
back to that
things
hotel, where the
what it
last line of
shouldn't have.
defense awaits us.
For me,
The core
I
in our
is
sights,
fucking
Muffet and
cancer
her
of
spiders, which were
humanity.
once boss
I don't like
monsters, are
it
reduced to
at
just a
all.
click of a button.
And this
And
makes just
before
much
long,
worse
we
for
find
artists
ourselves in
who
Mettaton's
already had
hotel.
it
Fitting the
very
theme, all
hard
puzzles are turned off for us. But
until
much to our
now.
delight, Mettaton is still here. And it turns out that GPT-5 over here actually has a new form, GPT-6.
I don't
Mettaton has
think
a new form called
with
Mettaton
this
Neo,
video
which was the
I
original form designed to actually
changed
kill humans.
something.
But unfortunately, the fight is not
Not
that
at all.
interesting as he gets one shot. Well, the only thing that
I don't think
remains is
even one
getting out of
person
here.
will
So we go
watch
into
this video
Asgore's
and
home,
even don't care.
lest he uses those 6 souls. But actually, as we arrive here, we meet up with Flowey.
Is
He
my
seems to be
testament.
a little shook, but we
I
learn more about his lore as a character
multiple
and how when he
times.
turned into a
I don't
flower,
get
nobody
single
came
penny
to
in
assist
this
him.
YouTube
The
channel.
presence of a real soul had turned
I just
Flowey
feel say
emotionless,
what I want to
going from
say.
peaceful runs to
Even
neutral
if
runs
my
and killing
English
just
fucking
like we did
sucks,
in
I
every
don't
single
fucking care.
timeline. But as we
Why
enter
should
the
I
final
care? I don't
area,
get
he
money
tells
for
us
it.
that among everyone, he could never predict
But
us. He says that we're
It is
connected in
hard.
a way, and even if we had to, we wouldn't
And
hesitate
yeah,
to kill Flowey if we got in
if
each
I
other's
ever
way.
use
But he should have been wiser to
I
say that to
used
such a merciless killer as
I
ourselves,
used to
as
think what
Flowey is now
kills
pissing himself,
humanity.
trying to retract his statement. But
I
it's
don't
no
like.
problem, we'll save him for after Asgore. All that's left is the final corridor where
I
we meet
want people
Sans.
to
Prepared for the
care,
usual spiel that our
not just
actions have
about
consequences,
me,
yada yada yada.
but
Of all the
about
people we
other
fought
people
thus
as
far,
well.
somehow this comedian is the last line of defense.
But
Sans
maybe
tells us not to
caring
step
is
any
too
further,
painful.
or he'll be forced to fight. So, with
I
pleasure,
don't
we
know.
ask him to entertain us, as he is a
I just don't
comedian,
know
after all. And honestly, do I even have
what
to
is the best
explain
and what
this
is
fight?
worst.
All of a sudden, those attacks string together, that music kicks in, and we realize that we're here, in the end game. Strangely enough, our attacks aren't doing any damage
Yeah,
to him, so we know we're
that's
in for a
everything
long
I
one.
want to
We
say.
notice that despite Sans'
I have
usually
nothing more to
aloof
say.
behavior, there's much behind the scenes that we don't see. Sans definitely
Because my
isn't like the
hatred
rest of
is
them.
too
He does have
high.
weird abilities, but it seems he has the
Because
ability
my
to read and
loneliness,
understand timelines and save
isolation
lives.
I have,
Such as he is, we can slowly notice that he
and
is getting
missing the
tired. Swing
humanity,
after swing,
missing
attack
the
after
human
attack,
touch to
Sans Undertale
socializing.
finally has to use his special attack of pausing the fight
When
and
people
not
even
allowing us
cared.
to attack, keeping us here
I
until the end
miss
of time.
this.
However, little does Sans know we have
And
200 IQ.
unfortunately,
As the fatigue sets in
nobody
and his
cares.
breathing becomes heavy, he slowly falls asleep.
Nobody
With
gives a
that,
shit
we
that
move
the
our way
truth
to
is
the
hard,
attack button,
true,
and
I
catching
need
him
to
off guard,
accept.
we kill the last remaining monster in the underworld. With that,
But I am
Sans
worrying
has been
myself,
killed, and
because
we have
if I
now reached
accept
level
this,
20, the maximum we can do. Only
maybe it
Asgore
will be
remains in our
late to
pursuit
me,
of clearing this
for
world for
me.
good. This is a piece of cake compared to the rest, though, as we don't even have to slash him. Rather,
I guess that's it. I have nothing more to say, just my frustration. Bye.